Hello, I would like to inform you that what you're about to listen to are our views and comments from the hosts and guests that only reflect their own view and not the community's as a whole. You're also committing to hire us at some point in the future, whether or not you want to or you like our work. I hope you enjoy the podcast.
Hello everybody, this is the Ed Talks About podcast, a podcast series talking about cosplay, Comic-Con and everything else. I'm your host Eddie, and this week it's still me, it's just me on this podcast. I'm still going ahead, I plan to do a podcast. I was going to talk about what people wanted to do in 2025 and how I'm seeing this a little bit differently to any other year. I did have a guest, but they had to pull out at the last minute, which is fine, not a problem. Like I said, people have lives outside of this, of my podcast and me and everything else. So it's not. Anyway, I'm really veering off. But anyway, hello. Yes, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Comic-Con cosplay photographer. Swinging in, doing the good deed. Jumping from Comic-Con to Comic-Con. Correcting what's right, what was wrong. Being shot with radioactive radiation, turning into a big yellow, small human being with a cat. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm merging a lot of franchises into one. And can I have an applause for that? That came off my head. That was not pre-rehearsed. I didn't think of everything. I literally jumped from... what did I start with? I can't even remember what I started with. I know I went to Quantum Leap and then the Hulk. I make myself laugh, I think. I really do. I mean, I've got to make myself laugh from time to time. But anyway, I'll stick to the format. We're going to be talking about 2025. Why I'm not going to be calling it my New Year's resolution type of thing, because, spoiler alert, I hate them, and I'll tell you why. But let's stick to the format. How's the last 7 days, Ed? Well, Ed, my last 7 days been good, not too bad. I'm doing a few things this coming week, which I'll talk about in the next podcast, possibly. Or should I do it now? I don't know. Anyway, but no, last 7 days, I don't know if anyone saw my Instagram stories and things like that, but I ate. I went to a restaurant which they sold one oyster for £1. Obviously, you can order more than one, so I ordered 20 in one sitting. So what happened? So my sister saw this first, and she goes, "Oh, there's this place that does £1 oyster." And I went, "Oh, I did that recently in the summer. I had 15 then." And then when I took a closer look at the thing, I went, "Oh, it's the same company. It's the same restaurant chain." So I was so excited about it. I knew what I was expecting. So when we got there, I went, "Oh, do you know what? I'll order 10 first, and I might order another 10 on top of that later." But my sister, I think I'll go for 10 as well. Went, "Okay, cool. Well, let's do it this way. We'll order 20 now. You have 10, I have 10. If you can do that, great." My sister can only do 8, and I did. So I took the other 2, and then I went, and then the waiter came by and said, "Oh, you finished? Oh, would you like more?" And my sister just looked a bit, "You're going to order more, aren't you?" I went, 8 more, please, 8 more. And I really enjoyed it. I love oysters. And I know some people think they're just wet burgers. Someone doesn't like that. Some people don't like the salty taste. That's absolutely fine. Not a problem. I'm just saying I had a lot of oysters and I enjoyed it. I'm trying to get through my photos from last year. Still got a bit of a backlog. And, there's a photo shoot I really want to talk about. But I can't, but I will, but I won't. I think I did mention a little bit in the last podcast, but I spoke a little bit in the... So, heads up, on my Patreon, I've started this new series, which goes a bit more personal, a bit more in-depth of what I get up to in my personal life. I've called it Raw and Unedited, There's a bit of the photography pun in there. I hope people understand that. But yes, it's just me talking to a camera, and just sometimes it's done in my flat, where I live, so maybe out and about. I might try to record on whilst I'm at MegaCon Live at the weekend. So yeah, wherever I am. I mean, I'm trying to avoid recording these videos in my car. I don't know why. When I look at TikTok, when people do videos in their cars, I think that is the strangest place to do it. I understand personal space and all that. Maybe, good acoustics and all that. Private, people won't come into your space. It's just I understand it, but I just find that weird. But yes, I'm trying to. Anyway, I'm getting back on point. I'm trying to get through my. So I'm just got MCM Birmingham to get through. I just need to finish the final phases. And again, I think I won't be going through each photo with a fine-tooth comb. I think I'm getting to a point now where I think people just want a photo back. It doesn't have to be brilliantly edited, as long as it's nicely posed, color corrected. Some people are. I mean, they can feel, if you're listening to this, go, oh, but I want the full bells and whistle. And if you look like I haven't, yeah, tell me about it. I can do work on it. But I'm I think I'm getting to a stage now, and I don't mind admitting this now. It's like I think so. A little spoiler from the Patreon video, from the raw and unedited, is that I think I said I've been doing this for 10 years now. I've been doing, going to Comic-Con and all that. I've tried to put myself out there. I'm trying to balance between work and this. And I'm thinking, if I was going to be like internet famous for this, it would have happened a long time ago. I would have been at the height of Martin Wong long time ago if I had the resources, the money, the skills, the people to work with, the cojones. Is it cojones? Cojones to like leave my day job and try to do this full time. But I haven't, which is fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm happy in my little world. I am really happy. Like I keep saying, I do a lot of this for me and only for me. I'm not out there to really like get known, get famous, or be a big name. If I'm honest, look, I mean, like anything, if you get the chance to become a big name, an influencer, you influence the community, you get to touch people's lives and really affect them and just promote positivity. Great, fantastic, good for you. And if you're going to be a major prick and be famous for it, again, great for you. But for me, I'm just doing it for me. I know I'm not the most creative person in the world, and and I keep saying I'm going to do these TikTok videos, these 1 minute TikTok videos that I was going to put up, and I keep forgetting to do it. It's not having the time or the energy to do it. I've got like a set idea. Anyway, neither here nor there. But this probably talks about the thing I'm going to be talking about anyway. So, that's my last 7 days. So, 2025. What's in it for me for food and cosplay and all that? Essentially, kind of less of the same. And then what I mean by that is that I want to I don't want to say the phrase, I'm stepping back, I'm quitting cosplay photography. I'm not doing any of that. I think I'm in it for the long haul now. I think 2-3 years ago when I said to myself, I'm going to quit all of this, I'm going to drop the food and cosplay name, I can't. For some reason I can't. I cannot put it down, the food and cosplay brand. So I will be here until something really stops me. I don't know, like my camera equipment gets stolen, or I can't afford it anymore, or I'm trying to think, family circumstances, my relationship status has changed and things like that, But so I'll still be going to Comic Cons, but I think I'm essentially just going to go to MCM London, MCM Birmingham, probably it. I'm going to stop forcing people to like go, hey, or, well, not say forcing people. I'm going to stop telling people that I can do shoots outside of cons. Clearly no one wants to shoot with me outside of cons. Again, that's not a problem. That is not an issue. Either I know people are either strapped for cash, or nowadays people can take the photos themselves. Absolutely fine. I'm more power to you. 100%. You know when you know how to take the photo. You can get the photo done in a certain time frame. You know how it looks. You can edit it the way you want. You don't have to worry about people like me who go, oh my god, please don't edit my photo. Like, you can do whatever you want with those photos. Totally understand that. So yeah, look, I'm not saying I don't want to do any more location shoots. If you come to me and go, actually, I do want to actually shoot with you outside of Comic-Con, we will sit down and talk. We can sit down and talk. Absolutely. We can plan, organise, and if payment can be involved, great. If not, TFP is great as well. I've always said TFP shoots are a great way to connect, network, and things like that. I always think it's a form of like paying it forward type of thing. So, yeah. But so that's what I mean by less is more. I'm going to be doing less of what I've been doing. I'm going to try to go to Comic-Con and be a paid punter. Just walk around the Comic-Con. So this is coming out a couple of days before the first. Is MegaCon regarded as a big con? I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, just to say that I'm going to MegaCon Live London. I kind of said I wasn't going to go last year, but I got persuaded friend to go with to go together to the event. So I'll be going with my camera. I've got no schedule. I'm just going to take photos as I want, as I wish. So hopefully again not to be creating too much of a backlog of photos and things like that. Quite interesting. The literature they've just not literature post. It's called a post, Eddie. The post they released today on a Tuesday is about what can be photographed at the venue, and it's good that they've done that. So it's very clear to everyone what can and can't be done. If security be involved or not. Where we can shoot and so on and so forth. And yeah, it's good. It's nice and clear for everyone to know. Anyway, talking about MCL, MegaCon Live. I'll be there, but I'll be going with my camera, but not forcibly going up to everyone. Can I take a photo of this, that, and the other? I always think I said this before. Probably said this last year. If I got a press pass, I feel like I owe the event to take lots of photos, not just for me but for them. It's an equivalent exchange of services, things like that. Because MegaCon doesn't want to offer me, so I'm not saying don't offer me. When I apply for one and they refuse, fine. That's their decision. I don't demand one. I don't expect to get one all the time. So fine, it's absolutely fine that they don't offer me one. So yeah, so I just buy a ticket, and so therefore you know, you know what, I'm just gonna walk around, chat to people and things like that. And yeah, I can't wait to meet with my old friend. It's actually an old guest to the podcast, Neil. I don't know what his status is. He's not a cosplay blogger anymore, but he is. It's a bit complicated, and I don't know if I should say too much. I'm going to keep quiet because I know things I know things he probably doesn't want people to know about, so I will keep short. But yes, I'll be going with him to Comic-Con. So if you see me and see this guy next to me, that's probably Neil. Do say hello to him. Do say hello to me as well, but do say hello to Neil as well. So yes, why did I talk about this? Oh yeah, less is more type of thing. So yes, so I will be going to Comic-Con events more as often, but probably less likely taking photos. Just to enjoy an event, just enjoy life. Yeah. But if you're gonna, you maybe go, well, Eddie, if you've got all this free time, then that means all my photos will be done in time. I won't have to wait. My brain has switched gears, and it's really pushing more of the HKC photography stuff more. So yeah, in my brain, I've said to myself, I'm going to be traveling a little bit more out of the country, and I'm going to try to primarily just go to a European city and just travel. I hardly travel. 40 years around this globe. Do you say around the globe or spinning on the globe? Anyway, you know what I mean. I've been on this globe for 40 years plus, and I hardly travel. I hardly travel outside of Europe. I don't only travel out of Europe into Europe because there's a Comic-Con and things like that, and I don't necessarily need that all the time. So I decided to, do you know what, I'm going to go to a certain country just to, give it a whirl. And if I can meet up with a model or a cosplayer to do some shoots, that'd be great. But that's not the primary, that's a secondary thing. So I'm equally still going to be doing photography, but just less emphasis of trying to do multiple shoots and this, that, and the other, and things like that. So yeah, that's one aspect of 2025. Another aspect I'm going to try to do this year is a lot of this, by the way, is a lot of self-improvement type of thing. So hence why I'm trying to travel alone. So I don't like traveling on my own. I hate it. But if you hate something, you should try to do something to get through it. So the only way to get over it is to travel on your own a bit more. What was I going to say? I'm trying to be a bit more chatty online. I'm trying to be a bit more chatty about my personal life, online. So hence why on Patreon I'm doing this raw and unedited videos that I'm doing. So I mentioned that I was going to do, it's a mixture of like behind the scenes stuff, editing techniques or choices I make, just to like show people how I go through editing, like maybe sorting out photos. How do I go through that process? Why I picked this photo over that photo? Why I like this and that, so on and so forth. As I said, behind the scenes stuff. So it might just be a video of just showing me taking videos at a Comic-Con. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be interesting or not. But yeah, and then on social media again, I've got into a habit of just like sharing photos and not saying much about my own life. So started from last year, because I joined Blue Sky, and I kind of went, do you know what? I need to do something more than just to share cosplay photos. So I'm trying to like upload more personal life stuff there. So I'm more chatty now on Blue Sky and Threads, Instagram stories, so on and so forth. I'm still using the Instagram main feed for my portfolio type of thing and my website for that. But yeah, check the stories, check Threads, check Blue Sky. Please, I really do want, if you're on Blue Sky, please come and find me on Blue Sky. I really would like to see more people join me there and just see a bit more of my life there if you're there. But yeah, I'm trying to be a bit more, I say, engaging, sharing more personal stuff. I don't mean not to be sharing. I think it's a bit too natural for me to like be a bit reserved and a bit keeping my personal life away from people. I don't know why. I blame my mother for this. I really do. I really do blame my mother for things. Me and my mum, we're good. We're fine. I just blame her for a lot of things. I'm sure a lot of people can either sympathise or just to disagree with me. What other 2025 things was I going to do this year? I think they're the main core bits. And I said at the beginning why I don't want to call it resolutions, like New Year's resolution. I absolutely hate them, because for me, that says to me that's something that you're setting yourself up to fail if you don't succeed. And I was talking to myself about this a couple of weeks ago about how do you measure success, and you did hear correctly. I do talk to myself. And if you measure your goals to say this has to happen every day, every week, every month of this year of 2025, and if I miss one element of it, then that's fail. And I went, well, no, you just missed 1 or 2 days or 1 or 2 moments. Like I was trying to like get back into an exercise regime at home. Like I bought these. Clearly, advertisement subliminal messages work for me. I bought those wireless skipping rope. And if you don't know what I mean by wireless skipping rope, it's the skipping rope where you have 2 handles and there's no linkage between the two, no rope in between, but there's like ball bearing weights at the end. They're wireless wireless skipping rope. Basically, so you don't have to jump up and down on the floor. And where I live, I can easily bop the floor quite loudly. So to actually just lift my heel up, it'll be more beneficial for me. Anyway, enough about that. But I was saying, I was wanting to do like when I came back from work to do like 10 minutes on the skipping rope and then go for a shower. But every time I get home, I'm tired. I just want to do something else. And plus, at the moment, my flat's really cold at the moment. So the last thing I want to do is actually just maybe get changed and do that. I don't want to be in my work clothes doing it either. I don't want to be sweating through it. So anyway, but if I made that as a New Year's resolution and then go, I've missed a lot. What day is it today? It's the 21st. So I've missed 21 days of it, 3 weeks of it. I would have been kicking myself. I fucked up my New Year's resolution. You don't. If you're not screwed up. You just at the moment it's not the right time to do it. So this is why I don't call it New Year's resolution, because of that. My goals are that for me to travel outside of into Europe, I'm going to do it once every 3 months. Once a quarter. I think that's one attainable goal. It doesn't put too much financial pressure on me. I can take my time picking where I want to go. One of them, I'd love to go back to Germany. I've got a few German friends out there I love to see. I haven't seen them since as they call it, the before time. But yeah, it would be really nice to see them actually. I need to actually drop them a message and see they're one, still about, two, they remember me, three, they want to actually hang out with me. I think one of them does. I already contacted one, and it'd be quite nice to see the others as well. But yeah, as I was saying, I'd love to go and see them, go to Europe and things like that. What was the other thing? And yeah, like I said, I'm trying to push my other branding a little bit more. And it's kind of the same tactic as food and cosplay. I just want to shoot with more people, expand my portfolio, really push my skill set. Like I said, for me, photography is not just point, shoot, and carry on. It's all right, let's be creative. How can I be creative? Well, I've hit the limit of this. Can I do something else creatively? Good, I can do that. Oh, I've hit the limit on that. What can I do else? It's trying to make sure my skill set as a photographer never dulls, and I'm always looking for new things that I can go, give that a try, give this a try, and I can always go back to it. Years from now, months from now, weeks from now, days from now. Depending on how good it is, and I can't. I can't wait to show the world the shoots I've done recently. But again, if by chance I don't push that brand as far as I want to do, it's fine, because I don't know. As much as I set these plans for the next 12 months, I can't predict what the next 12 months will be, especially with a certain nation electing being inaugurated into office, and really don't know if World War III will actually set off soon or not. I probably shouldn't have said World War III, but I wouldn't. If you went down to the bookies and put a bet on that, I don't know if you lose that too much. I hope I'm right. That's what I'm saying. I hope I am wrong. Anyway, let's not talk about politics. It's not a political show. I think there's too many political shows out there that has views that we can all find that either go with or against what your beliefs are. I think a lot of people know what my beliefs are, but we'll just leave it at that. Anywho, 2025. We're halfway through this decade. God, that's a bit scary thought, isn't it? We're halfway through this decade. And yeah, I will have to do a follow up to that. To this thought of halfway through this decade, where I am in life. I'll do as a raw and unedited there. I'll do that. Other thing. Let's talk about this coming week. So as I mentioned, MegaCon Live London is happening. But one other thing I'm looking. I will say that again clearly for you. The one thing I'm clearly looking forward to is the. So people know I love a TV show called Taskmaster. Started on Dave, moved over to Channel 4. I watched the both New Zealand and Australian version of it. I love the show so much. When Taskmaster said there's going to be a live experience that you can participate and, in a sense, be in the show, I went, I've got to be there. I've got to do it. Me and my friend loved, who we watched online together, or we chat online and watch it live on TV. She said, "Oh, can I join you, Ed?" Yeah, let's do it. And we found some other people to join us. So yeah, there's going to be a group of us going to a Taskmaster live experience. I'll probably be putting up photos of that on Thursday 23rd or 24th, depending on how I feel, if I remember. But I will try to put some photos. So please do look at it. I'm just looking forward to doing that as well. As I said, I haven't seen Neil since the before time. We were just actually reminiscing in between the bickering and the arguing, and the winding up that we do each other. We were just saying, God, it has been a long time since we last saw each other. We last saw each other when we both went to New York Comic Con in 2019. And if you got a bingo card saying, when does Eddie say New York Comic Con, you now got a stamp. But yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen each other. And I just thought, wow, I think about it, I think, 2019, that's not that long ago. I know it's 2019, but my brain never really put two and two together going, wow, that's about 6 years ago. 7 years ago? Is it? I can't do the math. 5, 6... Oh, no, I'm not going to do it. But yes, you know what I mean. It's 5, 6 years ago. So yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. Absolutely that long. So it'd be good to see him, and just reminisce, have a good time, have fun. He's a big fan of Ted Lasso. I said, I'm near the area. I can take you around the area. I'm a big Ted Lasso fan as well, so I know majority of places they filmed, and I can't. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm generally there's a reason why I'm smiling ear to ear. It's nice to have friends to come over and see me, and this is not a dig at anyone. This is not a plea for help or anything like that. But it's not often people come and see me, and when they do, it brings a whole lot of joy into my life, and I really enjoy it. And yeah, I smile because I think you've taken the time to come and see me. You want to hang out with me. And that, as they say, it warms the soul. The soul. I don't know why I sung. That's weird. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, am I really looking forward to MegaCon Live London? I actually hoped they would expand and got bigger, maybe by 1 or 2 halls extra. Looking at their promotional stuff about the photography, they've already said that what halls they're in. They're in hall 2 to 5. I'm going, ooh, that's the same as last year. Ooh, So they've not expanded that way. I hope they have a better layout internally, because I remember just walking around the area within half a day and gone, oh, is this it? And I think I went for it twice. All right, I skim looked. I didn't actually go deep dive in every stall and all that. I probably will do an Instagram live of the venue, of the event. You'll probably see my face how much I do or don't like the event. I do sometimes worry how my face turns out in these things, but yeah. But I'll do it as an Instagram live and all that. Generally, look, I do hope MegaCon does well, it improves, it gives MCM some competition. I keep saying this, competition is good. It keeps everyone on their toes. It pushes every organization, on high alert, making sure that they don't rest on their laurels and move forward with the times and just keep up with everyone, and even be innovative with their their space, who they invite, what they do, the activities and things like that. I've said this many times on the podcast. I like to think that I'm an unbiased podcast, but I've clearly said I enjoy and love MCM London. Look, both events, especially MCM, does have their faults. I'm not saying it gets a pass because I like it. They do have faults, but like I said, I keep saying you get more value for money for it. I need to find out how much I pay for it so that I make a note of that. But anyway, I'm somewhat looking forward to going to MegaCon Live London. I literally kind of not remember what I said 5 minutes ago. So if I said something different earlier. This is the new status that I'm somewhat looking forward to. I will say that again. Somewhat looking forward to it. I do hope they've improved a lot of things internally. I think that note about photography is a good thing. But I'm sure... how do I put this politely without sounding an absolute dick and going against the photography the photography community? I do think there will be some photographers who try to push too hard, too much, piss someone off, and will not take no for an answer from the security and think they are better than them. Please, if you're a photographer and you hear this, I'm not attacking you, I'm not having a go at you, but if a security asks you to stop, move on, do so. Don't put up a fight. Just go, so sorry, didn't know, didn't realise, and ask maybe, where can I shoot? Is there a new, more suitable place I can shoot? And just, be friendly. I think if you have an open dialogue with security and all that, I think that you'll get a better result. But that's just me. But anyway, I'm not taking many photos anyway at Excel this weekend. I say that I probably will end up taking... Oh, that does remind me, I need to check my camera. I need to make sure I've got cards ready and batteries are charged and all that. So I shall do that soon, but yes. Anything else coming up? I think I should be back with guests next podcast. We will do a review of MegaCon Live London. So I think I've already got one guest lined up. I'll keep that quiet just in case they pull out. But yes, I'm looking forward to getting their input, their viewpoint of it. Because I think they were there last year as well. Yes, they were, because I did ask them a question anyway. Not that question, a different question. No, that sounds more... Oh, that sounds suspicious now. Yeah. You've already made it in your mind that's suspicious, so I'm just going to move on. But yeah, so it'll be quite interesting to get their viewpoint. So we could talk about last year and this year's and things like that. But yeah, I'm excited to see my friend. Somewhat looking forward to MegaCon Live London. And then I think after that one, there's not another Comic Con for me that I'm going to until MCM London. But I've got a lot of solo projects that I've got lined up for myself. I'm trying to plan something a little different for my birthday this year. Oh, can I talk about that? So, last couple of years, I've been shooting at Montrose Studio on my birthday. And I said this year I'll do something different. I wasn't going to hire out Montrose Studio, but actually I've changed my mind slightly that I will probably hire out a different studio near London. Won't do a cosplay shoot, I'll do an HKC shoot and do something a little different there. So that's a little different for me this year. I probably will hire out Montrose Studio again this year, but I keep saying I was going to do this last year and I kept forgetting because I kept chickening out because I just couldn't work out the organisational part and how if I'd get into trouble if I do this. But I keep wanting to hire out Montrose and say, hey, I've got three slots for models to turn up or cosplayers. I'm a photographer, or if you want to bring a photographer, or if you're a photographer, come along. Let's have a session of 4 slots. Two cosplayers can come, 2 photographers can come. I've booked a space. You come and just use the space and take photos for a couple of hours, and then either I join in and take, or maybe give some pointers, maybe, or I don't know. Just some, I don't help wherever, and then help promote the studio of Montrose, because I think Montrose Studio is a lovely studio. Big space, lots of natural light that comes in, brilliant. So yeah, that's in the Manchester area though, so that's a bit of a travel for me, but I like it. It's worth the travel for me, and I get to see friends up there as well. Anyway, I was wanting to hire that studio out and say, if I book the space, would anyone like to come? So I need to get on that. Again, not a New Year's resolution, just an idea, and I'll put it out there and see how it goes. But yeah. I think that's it really I want to talk about. Because one, it's getting late for me. I do record this late. I got home. One more thing I've done today. I'll tell you. Shall I tell you? Yeah, I'll tell you. I was meant to come home straight after work and then do this podcast and other jobs around my home. I saw one of my favourite internet comedians who's here in this country, Jenna Tian. She's an Australian comedian. She's been living in London for a couple of months. Anyway, I saw her a couple of months ago. Really enjoyed her show. I saw in her stories that she's doing a new show, but it's all fresh material, but it needs to be ironed out. So she's promoting, going, if you want to come and watch me, great. It's £1 a ticket, and it was tonight. And I went, sod it, go for it. So I booked a ticket, went watch it. Really good show. I really would recommend it. So if she ever does the show, either if you're in Australia, Adelaide, I think she said, go and see her. If not, find it online. If it ever gets one leaked online or two, goes on TV. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Anywho, so then I had dinner out, came back home. Yeah, so I'm now doing this. So yes, good comedian. I like it. Had a good time. I'm enjoying living in London, just to say. I love living in London. And I think I'm going to leave that on a positive note. Oh, no, wait. I just thought something. And I said I was going to leave on a positive note. And now I'm going to change my mind. So I don't know how I use my website. I keep moaning that the website cost me a lot of money to do. I've just renewed it for another year. And I really am seriously thinking about ditching the website this year. This might be the final year that the website exists as a website. And I'm just going to utilise social media more, such as Instagram, Blue Sky and all that. You know, I've got other ways to do other things, the way to do things. When I do my calendar requests for booking me, I can do it as a direct link. If I want to do, my agreement form, I can move that to Google Forms and things like that. So part of me is thinking, can I do that? I don't know how often people use my website. I might do a poll on my Instagram stories. I might do that soon. Because the sooner I can think about ditching the website, the easier for me financially and all that. I might keep the foodandcosplay.org link name and then do other things with it. But yeah, anyway. Just thought I'd mention that. Let's think of another positive note. Positive note. I own a lot of Harleys. I still do. Oh my god, I bought a Harley recently. Oh, those who saw it on Blue Sky, yeah. Friend sent me a link and said, oh, look at this. I went, oh, you sod. You absolute sod. And I ended up clicking pre-order buy. And they've already started taking money out. I hate myself sometimes, I really do. But anywho, but yes, I'm happy with that. Generally, I am happy that's coming soon. There's another statue I'd love to buy, actually. And yeah, I'm going to wait. I might actually buy that in full rather than as a payment plan. We'll see. We shall see. But that's a positive note. So I'm excited to see more Harleys coming to my life. Anywho, right. I'm going to end the podcast. So thank you very much for listening for this. I'm sorry it's only just me again. I promise to try to get... I mean, unless you enjoy me just talking to myself. If you enjoyed this type of podcast, let me know. Please do, because I don't get much feedback. I don't get any feedback. So let me know if you like this style of podcast or you'd prefer to have guests and have a more debate type of podcast. But yeah, anyway. If for some reason you're not following me on the podcast, on my social medias, if you go to foodandcosplay.org/links, you'll find all my social media links, such as Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and all the others. If you go to foodandcosplay.org, you find cosplay photos, old articles. If you go to foodandcosplay.org/podcast, you'll find previously recorded podcasts, recorded with other guests, other subjects, and things like that. And if you go to patreon.com/foodandcosplay, you'll find podcast extras that I've recorded with my guests, and also, like I said, the aforementioned raw and unedited series that I'm recording that I'm putting up there. So if you want to see some behind the scenes stuff, more personal accounts from me, stories, should I say, not accounts, personal stories, go for it. Go listen, go watch it, and things like that. I don't know why I recorded when it could have been an audio thing, but anyway. Things like that. But yeah, I hope I see you on the next podcast. I really do enjoy having you listening, and thank you for listening. If you've been here from the beginning, great. If you've only started listening, still great. I love to make these for you, but like I said, I do this for me. So if the only person that gets to listen to this is me, I'm happy that you're listening to me, Ed. So on that note, I'm going to say goodbye, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.